Indian Scott digging through the past. Crazy tales they uncover fast. History stranger than you think. They'll also talk about wieners in a blink. They'll talk about wieners in a blink. Oddball history.
Boom, boom, boom.
How.
Boom, 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 how. And we're ready to go.
We brought the energy that time.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm gonna hit a dog by the time this episode's over. So, hey, sorry everybody. I'll edit it out. Don't worry. They're fine. But yeah, today, welcome to Oddball History.
Did you hear Tom Brady make that? He said something about comparing helmets to, like, you got the helmet at the field and your dog at home, like making the reference to, like, kicking your dog to when you're doing bad to, like, slamming your helmet. I was like, oh, Tom, I don't think that's a 2025 comparison.
Yeah. There you go. I do have a tag and a joke about a creepy guy on an ambulance. It's a young kid, and he was like, said something very dark.
That joke. Yes, it's a hilarious joke.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ, keep the darkness on the inside.
Yeah.
And then I've tried to add tags of like, drink a little, like, yell at a dog.
And people don't like yelling at a dog.
People don't like the yelling at the dog.
That's funny. Yeah.
And it's like, hey, all right,
we are immediately off board. We were okay with a psychopathic young man being a paramedic, but
yes. Don't yell at a dog.
But don't yell at a dog.
But
we had one of our baseball coach in college once said that this guy, he was kind of a hothead. He would throw his helmet a lot, and he was like, "What are you going to do when you're a grown up? Are you just going to kick your baby down the stairs?" He told him that in the post game talk.
Yeah.
And so from then on, we were like, Fraser, you're going to kick your baby down the stairs.
I had a football coach that his favorite. I've said this on the pod before, but his favorite line was when you were running with the football. Is he'd scream at you running down the sideline going, it's better to die a small child than to fumble the football.
Yes. And you know what? I read that attributed to John Heisman in my thing. Like a very similar quote.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he started it.
Which, speaking of John Heisman and the Heisman Trophy, today we are going to cover the Georgia Tech versus Cumberland State. The biggest blowout in college football history.
An historic ass whooping.
Yes.
It was 222-0.
A wild score.
It's never going to be equaled.
It can't. And it's also, it's a little more gentlemanly now where they're like, all right, guys, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Like Georgia Tech did not put the four-stringers in.
Yeah, they'll still like pay you to come and get your ass whooped by them, the powerhouses, but it's not quite as insane as all this.
Which, as we'll get into, normally Alabama will play some chump team like this, New Mexico School for the Blind
or App State,
but they get paid. Got them. But they get paid. They get a lot of money to do that.
Yep.
Cumberland agreed to this game so they wouldn't get sued for $3,000. That was the paltry sum of $3,000.
Yeah, it was either get sued for $3,000 or you get $500.
Yeah.
That was the idea thrown out by John Heisman.
And they do say that this saved Cumberland State from financial ruin.
Which is funny because it seems like I read a little about that, and then I read some people that were like, it seems like people only started saying that it saved Cumberland like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like
it
guy
makes
wrote
the story
a book,
better,
and it was kind of like his thesis was like the school would have been ruined, but maybe it would have. It's not like they had a ton of money; they really were
like
in
the
financial hardships.
The author of the Lake Worth monster book.
Yes,
of 20 years later,
being like,
actually, I take back my first book. I think it is real.
No, it's for real.
Please come to my book signing.
Buy my book, please.
Please buy the second book.
Buy two.
Yeah.
They make a great
stocking.
Oh, I blame the mailman.
That's Jared from the cum joke I have about why you shouldn't mail your semen.
Oh. It's a real mailman in the joke.
Jared. I know Jared. He's a good man. I'm not going to have him handle my semen in any way. There he is.
And that's reasonable.
Put a name to the face.
Yeah, Jeremy looks like a good guy. He looks like a nice man, a person that I wouldn't want to hand a vial of my rhizmatiz.
My rhizmatiz. But yeah, there you go. Learning is power. And yeah, I forgot where we were, but we're going to, before that, what were we
comments of the week.
Top comments.
Welcome to the Top Comments with Oddball History, where the past meets a punchline. Before we dive into the fascinating, the bizarre, and the downright odd, let us kick things off with a few football jokes, courtesy of me, artificial intelligence. Let us get started. Why did the football player bring a notebook to the game? Because after his third concussion, he wanted to remember where he parked his helmet. Football is a game of strategy, but sometimes the real challenge is remembering which way to run after a big hit. Did you hear about college football in 1916? Back then, the only thing more dangerous than a tackle was the halftime snack, because it was probably just a handful of gravel and a stern lecture. That last one didn't quite make sense, but I'm learning. Now for those top comments. Pop goes the weasel.
You left them. We're going to talk about them. They're the top comments of the week. No, we had some good ones.
We did. This one
always do.
isn't a top comment. It's just a thing on Instagram that really bummed me out.
Oh, what is yeah?
It was the singing teacher girl. Have you seen her? It's like an AI singing voice.
I was looking at it when you sent it, but no, I didn't know about it.
She has this song about like why they like ship steel coils.
I've been curious why steel coils are transported on their side instead of flat. It seems dumb, but it's for two main reasons. First of all, if a coil was transported flat, its center of gravity would be much higher. This makes the entire truck far less stable and much more likely to tip over in a turn.
But she does. There's all sorts of ones about like science and the tides and all sorts of things.
That is interesting.
But it's just an AI singing voice. It's kind of catchy and stupid, and you learn something actually science based.
I do like that. I've talked about it on stage before, but sometimes when I can't sleep, I'll put on How It's Made.
Yeah,
and it's like it's
Imagine
really fun.
how it's made, but a minute and a half
song
long
form.
in song form.
Yeah.
It's delightful.
It's such good sleeping material. That Canadian voiceover guy.
Yes.
He's just like, and then they package the handrail.
So Singing Teacher Girl, when I screenshotted this, had 454,000 followers.
All right. Killing
32
it.
posts. That's good.
Killing it. Yeah.
And then the last post was the Ukrainian soldier with his head...
I don't like the start of that.
with his head taped to the pile of bricks. It was like part of the Wagner group. And he tried to desert.
Oh, shit.
They kill him with a sledgehammer.
Oh, my God.
And
They posted?
They posted
it on Maine?
the main page.
Oh, that's
Of
crazy.
Singing Teacher Girl, which I think is now down.
Oh, Singing
I don't
Teacher
know
Girl.
if she got hacked or...
I'm guessing she probably got hacked.
Yeah.
But... Good God, what a hacking.
What a hacking. Don't abandon the Wagner group if you ever find yourself.
I just watched an HBO show about a hacking hacker. He was Finnish, and I was immediately like, I worked with this Finnish comedian, Ismo, one time. Yeah. Delightful fella. And I was immediately like, I wonder if this guy likes Ismo.
Does he think
I bet he probably does. I think Ismo's like wildly famous in Finland.
Yeah.
But anyway, it seemed bad. He did a lot of big hackings, but one of the things he did was one of his enemies, he doxed him by hacking Elon Musk's Twitter and then posting the guy's phone number from Elon Musk's Twitter.
Nice.
And telling them to call this number and win a free Cybertruck. It was like when the Cybertrucks were first coming out. I was like, oh no.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
So the first actual comment is about Scott's Bucky's painting.
I'm a little peeved. I paid $1,500 for an oil painting of Bucky Beaver. You know Bucky Beaver from Bucky's?
Yes.
I paid $1,500 for an oil painting of Bucky Beaver lying dead on the north wall of the Alamo, musket still in hand. Turns out, not even officially licensed. Big goddamn waste of money.
Rock handle. I'm going to need to see this painting. I need one.
Yeah.
And then a painter goes... Are we talking an officially licensed one or just any old oil painting? And he goes, any old oil painting, I guess. You looking for a commission? And then the painter goes, and I say to myself, Lord, what have I gotten myself into? Not to say I couldn't make it happen. So, E-Sippy.
Do it.
Paint that fucking painting, all right? We're going to follow up with this.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
I really would love to see it. And if you already have a buyer lined up, all the better.
This is easy money, all right?
I don't know much about the art world, but I could get into it. I'll start wearing black turtlenecks,
Yeah.
little glasses.
We're going to be the #1 podcast that deals in unofficially licensed Bucky portraits in different historical contexts.
What if we just got really snooty? Like, we're all of a sudden...
We're in the West End, just in a gallery.
This is like it's a fashion cast now, and we're the meanest.
We're the old gay guys from America's Next Top Model.
Yes, exactly.
Laura Evangelista.
Janice Dickinson. I heard Janice Dickinson was the worst. I've only seen like one season, so I don't have that much reference, but.
The next one
we could do it.
It was on the podcast, and this guy's talking about Johnny Appleseed. He goes, "Let he who is with heartbreak cast canoe a load of apple seeds."
That's so true.
Which I liked it. It's very poetic.
Yeah, I love that. And it is true. I mean,
I like that he committed to the bit. It's like, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. It's let he who is with heartbreak cast the canoe load of apple seeds. The rhyme scheme
Down the
gets
Ohio
out the
River.
window, but...
No, yeah, but that's not important. We know what he's saying.
And then the next guy commented, first comment, winning, Charlie Sheen-esque. The fat electrician does a great cheese cave video. Which that's like the 4th time fat electrician has been brought up
I gotta
on the
look
page.
this guy up.
He's like a military vet that does specifically military style history stuff. So I think
Very
he's
cool.
covered a couple things we've covered, like the what was the USS Roosevelt that almost, or the
Oh, yeah. No, it had another name, but Roosevelt was on it.
the president they almost killed.
He wheeled himself to the edge of the ship to watch their accidentally discharged missile blow up.
Yes, but I still challenge the fat electrician to physical violence. So answer the call if you will. I see.
We got to get a gauntlet to throw down.
Yes, where I can fight the fat electrician and every UFC female.
And for it's multi-purpose. Who knows what we'll need that gauntlet for?
All right, we got a lot of comments about the Roman gladiator comedy where they would have a guy playing Eurydice. Orpheus.
I also learned this week in ancient Rome in the gladiator times, one of their favorite comedy routines, their who's on first, if you will, was they would do a retelling of the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, and he could play the flute or whatever so well that it soothed all animals and humans. So they would have a guy dressed as Orpheus, and he would be in a net, so he couldn't really fight back so much, and he would be playing his flute. And they would release a bunch of non-violent animals into the arena, and they would all be running around, and it would be like, it's like he's taming them with his song. And then they would release a bear, and the bear would kill the guy, and everyone's like, because he's Orpheus, he should have been able to charm the bear, but he couldn't. Hilarious. That's so funny. He would be charming all the animals with his lyre. Got a lot of comments on that. I fixed it in the text, but I said flute or whatever, and people were like, liar! It's a liar!
I do like the lack of commitment. Flute or whatever, he was doing something.
I forgot what instruments they had back then.
Peter Piper, he was doing stuff, similar character. But they go, the child emperor Elagabalus had a very fun idea for a prank to bring a bunch of guests to a dinner banquet, and then you guessed it, bear.
Yeah.
So this was a trope almost of Roman times.
There was a while where they had just discovered what bears were, and they were like, we can have a lot of fun with this.
Wow, I got some ideas. Just releasing them upon unsuspecting people is really the only gag they have.
And all these years later, we all watched Bam Margera put an alligator in his house as a funny prank. It wouldn't kill his parent, but it was a funny prank. And then Nathan Fielder, too, alligator.
The Best Buy thing,
hilariously.
Very hilariously. So a couple people commented, this is just a jackass skit.
Yeah, it's ancient world jackass for sure.
And I did comment, this is Johannes of Knoxville, and this is Bear Trap.
Hell yeah.
Which I was very proud of that comment.
That's good.
It's not
I
a
didn't
top
see
comment.
that.
We
I don't
can't
know
have
how
our
I missed
own
that.
comments in the top
I think
comments.
it should have been.
Okay.
I would respect it, honestly. What if you were like, all the top comments are the things I said this week?
Man, I had a lot of
I was on
zingers.
fire.
Really had a hot streak at the station, you know? Then we had the old kill a guy with a bear joke. I love that one. Like 14 people just went classic.
Classic. It is classic.
It's a good joke.
It's the old guy got his arm ripped off by a bear in front of us routine.
A classic. They were all correct.
But like, where do you go from there as like if you wrote that bit?
That's
as
the closer.
Like what do you do next time? 2 bears?
In one cave.
You've got to always be topping yourself.
It's just one guy versus 7 bears.
Yeah. You know what's funny too is like ancient Rome's such a like crazy bloodthirsty place, but there was one emperor, I forget who, if it was Pompey, maybe, I don't know. One of them had animal games, and then they had a bunch of elephants, and then at the end they killed all the elephants, and it was like a show of like, look how much shit we have. We got these exotic beasts, and we could just kill them. Doesn't mean shit to me. But people were like, when they started to hunt the elephants were like terrified, and they were so humanistic, like in their emotions, like in the way that they were like terrified and running and cowering and shit, that by like the audience didn't want them to be killed. So then the guy kills them all thinking, oh, the crowd will love this, and then they're all like, you fucking monster. What is wrong with you?
How dare you?
Yes, we watched 47 men die today, but you're a jerk.
We had that at work where I saw both a dog and a person die in the same day.
That's not a good day.
The dog was sadder. It was much sadder. Just being like an innocent in the exchange.
Yeah.
The dog didn't sign up to get hit by a car. You know,
Yeah.
It was out doing dog stuff.
Yeah.
And then the person
Yeah.
signed up for some of the violence that happened upon them.
Yeah.
But all right.
Sometimes,
This was about the Paul Bunyan clip about the biscuit dough.
Some facts about Babe the Blue Ox, by the way. This is a real story I read in the folklore. He kicked a guy in camp in the head once. His brain matter went all over the place. So their solution was they jammed it all back in his head, and the camp cook sealed it with biscuit dough. Saved his life. I thought it was funny that there's one where Babe kicks a guy when his brains come out. Paul Bunyan, hello, boys. Remember that song?
No.
I'm coming, boys. Paul Bunyan. And all the regular sized lumberjacks are like singing to Paul Bunyan. He's like, hello, boy. He bends some trees down.
Yeah.
He's like, over here.
Just the brawny man.
They love him because he makes their work easier.
And then this guy goes, because they fixed his crushed skull with biscuit dough. Farm Welding goes,
It was so funny.
I mean, based on that story, why couldn't they have saved Kennedy? And
Exactly.
I go, very little.
More grist for the conspiracy mill, if you ask me.
Yep.
This is Texas. We have biscuit dough out the yin yang,
Yeah.
and yet none of it used to save the president's life. Just down there.
It's a shame.
What's that hospital called, Jimmy?
Parkland.
You're telling me they don't have any biscuit dough at Parkland? Any medical grade biscuit dough?
I should write the Secret Service to have the peel and open tubes of biscuits in case of emergency.
Exactly.
Just hear the
Everyone should have.
oh no.
How good are biscuits, man?
Soldiers just have pockets full of biscuit dough. It's the new Quick Clot. It was Quick Clot before Quick Clot got popular.
It's smart. Quick Clot.
Yeah.
That's just biscuit. That's just medical.
It's just medical grade biscuit dough.
That's cool. What is Quick Clot like? What?
It's if you have like an open wound, like particularly gunshot wounds, you just put it on it and it seals it.
What Quick Clot is, if you don't know, is that it's a hemostatic agent. So it's a cloth that's impregnated with things that it's a ingredient that rapidly clots blood.
Did you ever see that show about the lifeguards at Bondi Beach in Sydney?
Was it a Bravo thing or something?
It wasn't Bravo. I think it was Australian originally. I watched it on Netflix, but it was pretty entertaining. But they have this thing that's called the green whistle, but it's some kind of like I want to say like painkiller thing they give to like everyone who's like stung by something really bad. And it seems really dynamite. I came away from that show just being really curious
Just
what
a
the green whistle
pop.
is. Yes, it's one of those old cough syrups from the Wild West that's just like liquid cocaine, liquid marijuana, and whiskey.
Good and good for
mixed
you.
together.
We watched the first episode of the new season of Below Deck last night.
We haven't watched it yet, but I have seen a clip.
Brother, they got a new lady in it who is... I like when they know what the assignment is.
Yeah.
And she's super hot, and she was like, dudes always seem to like me.
Yeah.
And then she's like, my goal is to make out and hook up with every single person on this boat. And I was just like, God damn it, you sailor. I'm like, welcome aboard.
Yeah. She knew how to get on the show.
Yeah. She's like, what are you going to do? Well, first off, I'm going to fuck everyone and then cause chaos.
Yeah. That's what I'm here to do.
They're like, can we teach
They're
you?
like,
Can we teach you how to do laundry?
They're like, you are so awesome. We're going to forget about you in a year, but for right now, you're our favorite person.
Our favorite, the number one.
And the French guy, very funny.
Max. Yeah.
Max. He is
The
so
little
funny.
dildo.
They had like a Robespierre. Remember his speech about being like Robespierre?
They had a lady that was French, and both of them were like the worst caricatures
oh my God.
French people.
She was the worst person.
Just...
Oh,
It's
man.
the American in me is even, I'm just like, just shut up and go to work.
Yeah.
Like, just do your work.
I like Max. I did not care for Celine.
Yeah.
She was a bad lady.
One of my favorite comment from YouTube was on the Johnny Cash clip.
Yeah.
John Henry, the steel driving man. It sounds like Johnny Cash is making sex sounds.
If you've ever wondered what Johnny Cash might have sounded like while having look up The Legend of John Henry's Hammer. It begins with a hammer clanging and Johnny Cash going, ugh, ugh,
That was
That's
the
right.
joke. We know he's clanging a hammer, but it sounds like sex sounds.
Yeah, established that he's clanging a hammer.
Yeah. And this guy goes, it's a grunt of a person performing physical labor, dumbass.
That's just YouTube. That's just the language.
I love just the obvious call out and then, dumbass.
You idiot. I like the
Taylor's-
pointing out the thing that is pointed out in
That
the
was
video
specifically
so
said.
angrily.
It reminded me of like a little kid saying it because Taylor's brothers, Matt, one of his first insults he ever said was he'd go, baby ass. But he meant it with vitriol. You know? That was like his version of calling someone the N-word was just like,
Damn, yeah.
baby ass.
They're like, oh my
Like,
God,
oh,
he
Matt
said
meant
the hard
that.
ass.
He's fired up. He's fired up.
Yeah. Hilarious.
And then this was just a good fun fact about Johnny Appleseed, the real guy being named John Chapman. This guy goes, John Chapman is also the name of the Air Force man who was awarded the Medal of Honor. And fun fact about John Chapman, this is in like 2002. It's the first Medal of Honor action to be on like record. Like a Predator drone was around filming it. So
that's bitchin'.
I forget the Air Force medal. He won because he was a combat controller with a SEAL team. And he won like the Air Force's top honor. And then in
Top
2000...
Gun.
He became Top Gun.
There, he was named Top Gun.
Yes. And
They
then,
said you can fly as low as you want anytime you want, pal. That's what Top Gun's
that's
all
what
about.
Top Gun is.
I do not remember. I only remember Top Gun in bits and pieces. You're going to be riding motorcycles and playing volleyball a lot, son. You are Top Gun.
You're Top Gun.
And then they shake your hand and give you Kelly McGillis.
Here's your assigned Kelly McGillis.
And that's
There
how
are
it
many
goes.
like her, but this one is mine. That's how it goes. Top Gun. But this very real man doing very heroic things.
Yeah.
In 2018, they like reviewed the footage and gave him the posthumously the Medal
That's
of Honor.
awesome.
Yeah.
Because not only are you a badass Medal of Honor winner, there's footage, like, you said, check the tape.
Check the tape.
Check the tape. I'm out there doing some A-team shit. I think you'll find on your drones.
And whenever you like the medal of all the big awards have like a written description of what occurred on that day.
Yeah.
But they're clearly written by military dudes.
Yeah.
So it really is just a bullet point list of like him killing people.
Yeah.
And then getting shot a lot and then getting back up and continuing to kill people.
Yeah.
And you're just like, a little flair would have gone a long way here, but
Who you shot, who you saved, and
Yeah.
times you got shot.
Yes.
That's like,
and then you're like, and yeah, there you go. Here's your
you're like, I can imagine, you could have used a little more flowery language.
Would
You
have
could
been
have
nice.
could have set the scene a little bit, but that's all right. That's
take me there, you know?
Yeah.
Don't tell me, show me.
Yeah, exactly. Don't tell me the old woman screamed. Bring her on stage and have the old broad scream.
Come on. And so that concludes this week's top comments
Top comments of the week.
of the week. And so today we are doing the, like we said, the biggest blowout in college football history.
The ass whooping to end all ass whoopings.
The Georgia Tech, coached by John Heisman of
Legend.
Heisman Trophy fame. And he did say that he didn't want the trophy named after him. And he said, over my dead body. And so the second he died, they named it after him.
That's hilarious. I
Jokes
didn't
on-
see that detail.
Joke's on you, John. The
Also-
Heisman Trophy is named after you.
Also, funny thing, like he was a legendary coach and everything, but like the connection to the New York Athletic Club is kind of what got him the because he became a trainer after he was a coach at just the New York
I
Athletic
think this
Club.
was
So they
kind
were
of a
like,
product of the time in the early 20th century where it was like no single sport was that important. So you were just kind of like a sportsman.
yeah,
Because he was also the baseball coach and the football coach and just a trainer at the New York Athletic Club.
yeah. We
And,
were
like,
still figuring sports out.
And so why this kind of had some significance, which my favorite thing in history is when serious men are petty bitches.
Oh yeah,
And John Heisman was a petty bitch.
yeah. He was a very petty bitch. He was very dramatic. He was a Shakespearean actor in the off season. He would do roles and he would speak like he would on stage in his speeches to his teams. A very weird man, very spiteful man. It turns out he had been coaching the Georgia Tech baseball team
Yes.
the prior year.
In
They had a good team too.
Yeah.
They were like nationally ranked, and he took them to Lebanon, Tennessee, where Cumberland is, for a game.
And Cumberland hired ringers
Yes.
to come in and play.
This guy George E. Allen, one
Yeah.
of the guys for Cumberland, like their he claimed to be their student manager. That's somewhat in dispute, but he went on to be like an advisor to FDR, Eisenhower, and Truman. But he was on this team, and he said that as the student manager, he had just hired a bunch of semi-pro players from a bar in Nashville the night before, and they kicked the dog shit out of Georgia Tech.
22-0.
Yeah, 22
really
to
hung it
nothing.
on them.
Really put it on him hard. Apparently he heard Heisman hears about this later on. He's already mad just on the basis of they ran shit up.
Yeah.
But when he hears that they might have done it with pros, he's really mad.
He's
It's
mad.
also, of course, they had pros on their team. It was 1916. You know.
Yeah, the guys, what are you going to do?
I like to think Rube Waddell was
Got an offer.
scheduled to pitch that day, but he saw a fire truck go by and had to chase it.
Rube Waddell, check out that episode.
Yeah, shout out Rube Waddell.
But so after the 1915 season, Cumberland is in financial trouble as a university.
Yeah.
And they kind of been on and off playing football. I think they are again. They're like an NAIA team.
Yeah, they have it back.
But they were in financial trouble, so they disbanded the football team.
Yeah.
But then failed to notify in time the 1916 season opponents.
Yeah, they notified everyone except for Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they didn't reach out to Georgia Tech. And so then when they come, when they finally do realize what they've done and they contact Georgia Tech, they're like, hey, I know you're looking for revenge against us, but it turns out we do not have a football team anymore. And Heisman's like, well, you better show up with somebody because we're going to fucking beat the dog shit out of you. Preferably someone you're not too emotionally attached to, because we're going to kill all of you. And if you don't come, you're fined $3,000.
Which that was they were in such financial stress that they were like, we can't afford the $3,000 fine if they sue us for no showing this game. And so it was an easy decision.
If they came, Heisman said he'd give them $500, all expenses paid, which that's a big deal, the travel expense thing, because one of the guys that will eventually join up with this Cumberland squad only joins the team because he wanted to ride in a Pullman passenger train for the first time.
Yeah.
It was his chance.
Just autistic guys that like trains.
He's like, yeah, I'll be beaten half to death for that. Sure, it's 1916.
Whatever.
Name a trip where I'm not going to get beaten half to death, either in getting there or coming back.
Yes, it's hard to find.
Easy decision.
The hardest part about being a travel agent in 1916 was just providing them with maces.
Yeah. And around 20, the number differs, but I read in whole, it was 20 frat boys / law students.
It was law students.
Allen
they got a frat guy to be in charge of it, and he recruited
George E. Allen,
his buddies. Yeah. And so it was just college students that half of them had never played like organized football. It was just
the school doesn't know about it too. They're practicing under cloak and dagger. They're like in like the school schedule of events. It says like that it's men's choir practice. I don't know if anyone was ever like, hey, why is the choir out on the football field beating the shit out of each other?
Yeah.
But they said it was choir practice, and they put in a very simplistic offense.
Like they had 4 or 5 plays they learned,
and they had calls where each guy had a code name, and the code name was a different vegetable. So the plays.
Can you imagine just getting the shit kicked out of you, and you're just like, Carrot 22.
Exactly.
Carrot 22.
Exactly. Insult to injury. You don't want to be yelling vegetable name. But plays were like turnip over lettuce, hut 1, hut 2, or cucumber to cauliflower. Set. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so very bad. They have a warm-up game, I read, these scrubs against Sewanee, the University of the South. Shout out, had a few friends that went to Sewanee.
There we go.
And they lost their warm-up game 107-0.
And now 107 versus Sewanee. Georgia Tech in 1916 was a powerhouse top-tier program.
Yes.
They were one of the first college football strongholds.
Yes.
When it kind of had more in common with rugby than what we think of as modern day football.
Yeah, it's like literally the forward pass was legalized this year that we're talking about.
John
1916. John Heisman was a huge proponent of it. Yeah, he did he also invented hike and did we say that? And the hidden ball trick, which was really quickly outlawed, but which was where you would put the ball under your shirt. Well, Jay, let's bring it back.
Yeah, annexation of Puerto Rico.
Let's bring it back. That sounds really funny. Cumberland does have a plan. George Allen, he's gonna get ringers like he did with the baseball team. That's his plan. So they have a stop in Nashville, and he's like, "All right, I'll find some Vanderbilt football players, but nobody from Vandy wants to join up because they have a game against a real game against Tennessee coming up." And so they're like, "No, thank you." And so not only does he strike out on the ringers, but 3 of their members miss the train to Georgia. So now they're down to 17. 17 bodies going to play a pissed off Georgia Tech team with a very spiteful and insane head coach.
And so they lost 222-0, which is a made up score. That's a pretend number, 222.
Yeah,
but they said Georgia Tech, neither team ever got a first down.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech either scored within 1 to 3 plays or Cumberland lost the ball. They had 15 turnovers. They famously had one kid go over to the other bench and sit.
Yeah.
And Heisman saw him and was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, And
he was like, well, if I go over there, they're going to make me play.
yeah, fuck all that noise. I'm not doing that
So
shit.
he gave him a blanket to hide under.
Yeah.
The only mercy he showed that game.
The bloodbath was on immediately. I read their quarterback was knocked out of the game on the first play. Then this guy, Morris Gouger, ran for 3 yards off tackle, and that would be their best play of the day. Gouger would lead Cumberland in rushing with 4 carries for -2 yards.
That's it. They had negative 28 yards total of offense.
Georgia Tech, Everett Strooper from Georgia Tech. He was a deaf superstar. He won. He was like an All-American. He had 4 touchdowns in the first quarter, 5 in the half. John Heisman. This is neither here nor there, really, but here's a fun quote I found from John Heisman about Everett Strooper. Stripped down in the dressing rooms, Everett was a sight to behold. There never was a better set-up lad than he. He was a regular Apollo, beautifully muscled and built and coordinating rhythmically in every movement.
God dang.
I'm just imagining him looking at him in the shower like this. Rhythmically moving and
Rhythmically. What a hog on this boy.
Yeah, so that's insane. But he was really good, Everett Strooper. Whether or not he was touched by his coach, it sounds like he was.
Sounds like he was.
But he was really good, and he went on to become a sports writer. And in that, as a sports writer, he is the reason he compared the University of Alabama 1930 offensive line to
red elephants.
And so he's where we get
Roll Tide.
They started calling them the red elephants, and then that's why an elephant is their mascot.
Thank you, Mr. Strooper, and
Now.
your beautifully rhythmic bouncing body.
Yeah, we hope
floating through like grace.
we hope Heisman never cornered you.
Yeah.
It's on. What? No.
Or unless you wanted to be oiled up and touched by an old guy.
Unless you wanted to. Yeah,
Then,
that's
you know,
true.
hey.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Different strokes for different folks.
Different strokes for different folks. It's my favorite part of the whole sordid affair is halftime. It's 126-0 at halftime. John Heisman comes into the locker room. Remember, he's up by 126, and he tells his team, "You never know what those Cumberland players have up their sleeve."
Yeah.
So in the second half, go out and hit them clean and hit them hard.
Beautiful.
Which
But
is
he did show another mercy besides giving the blanket to the boy. They shortened the quarter length to 12 minutes instead of 15.
Yes, in the second half.
So they only scored another 100 points. They said they averaged a touchdown every 22 seconds,
Yes.
which is just
And they were just like at one. They started goofing off like well before the end of the first half. They had one of their linemen run it, but then I read one account that said they didn't block for him as a bit, and then another account that said they did block for him, but they had like told him that they weren't going to block for him, so he got really scared and fumbled. Which either way, pretty funny.
Just we do a showcase style show, and there's 12 comedians on it. It's a terrible show. And then we all just have to go play Tennessee football the next day. Just the fucking ass kicking.
I wouldn't like it.
It would not be good for anyone.
It would not be fun, to be completely honest. Here's another fun part. Georgia Tech's George Griffin told the New York Times in 1986, "At one point, I remember, our tackle Bill Fincher took out his glass eye and threw it in the water bucket. Some Cumberland boys came over and started to drink out of it, and they got a terrible fright." Well, that's just a perfect 1916 story. First,
lighthearted.
Of course.
Why were college kids having glass eyes?
Yes,
And just
of course one of the young men has a glass eye.
glass-eyed Terry.
Of course they share one water bucket, which was
Yes.
probably literally just a bucket.
With water. It's aptly named.
And of course they were using that glass eye for practical jokes.
God bless
It's
them.
just, it's amazing. Yeah. Oh, and Cumberland hated all these stories about them being like, I don't want to fall on the ball. You fumbled it. All that stuff. They hated it. They were like, hey, we might have sucked shit, but we weren't yellow. That's what they all said. That's what they all claim.
God bless them.
Which true. I mean, true.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking play Georgia Tech.
Yeah, that'd
in
be
football.
a bummer.
That would not be cool.
They said they're only
I
effective.
mean, I think if I tried my hardest, I could probably do pretty good, but
Ooh, baby. Like a deep snapper. After we played Special Olympics
I
flag
would
football.
die. No, I would die.
Yes, we would be murdered.
Even you would die. Any Division I team, I think nowadays you would die.
I got asked to come play with there's like the Dallas Defenders, and it's a full tackle foot, like a
Oh yeah,
35
like a men's
and up league.
Yes. Oh, that's intense. I see the videos on Instagram.
Terrible, but it's like
Lots
first
of
responders
injuries.
in North Texas because Dallas can't field the team by itself, and it was just like I thought it'd be funny as a gag, but then it's like one of the safeties played at TCU. There's like a couple old NFL. You're like, no,
nah, man.
I don't think I'm gonna separate my shoulder.
Yeah, no.
Goofing around with the boys.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
Sounds like a terrible plan.
I'm not gonna do the Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
Who was it? No, I think it might have been Steve-O, the fielding a punt sketch. Oh, another fun part from Wikipedia. Cumberland's only effective defense was an extra point blocked with a sort of human pyramid known as the climb the ladder play, topped with Vichy Woods, who suffered a gruesome facial injury on the play. So
I love that. Like, we only had one good play on defense, Cumberland losing 222-0. They had one shining moment where Vicky Woods climbed the ladder on an extra point, blocked it with his face,
yes,
and suffered a gruesome facial injury.
And like, there's no way that kicker wasn't aiming for his face, right? They like get this guy up like right in your, and it's
like Brandon Aubrey waiting, just like let him get to the top before I kick.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm kicking this guy.
I would love to ask him about this. But the kicker had to be, he already had 18 extra points. He already had an unbreakable record on the day. He's like, you know what? I have 18 extra points. How many chances do I get to just drill a guy right in the face? Face masks are going to come along pretty soon. I might be one of the last kickers who ever gets to do this.
Yeah, this is the last opportunity.
I have to give Vichy Woods a gruesome facial injury, or Vicky Woods. I don't know how it's pronounced. It could have been either. Yeah, we'll never know. Lost to time. These guys are dust in the wind. Oh, and their quarterback was carted off with concussions 3 times, Cumberland.
This was before the concussion protocol.
There was no tent. There was no tent. They carted him off, and then we're just like, all right, get back up.
And then they woke him up. And they're like, hey, you're the only guy that can play quarterback.
Oh, you're awake. Cool. That means you're cleared.
Get back in the football game. What are you doing?
Go ahead. All right.
What are you, some kind of commie? Get back in that football game.
All right. Now we're only down 179. Get back in there. Give them hell.
Give them hell.
922 yards of offense for Georgia Tech without throwing a pass. They didn't throw a pass. They could have thrown a Cumberland threw some passes because it was legal, remember?
Yeah.
It was newly legal. And they did there was like a myth that Cumberland never gained positive yardage, but in truth they did gain positive yardage on at least 6 plays, but they fumbled on 2 of those plays.
The negative 28 yards is an overall for the game. They had a couple. I do love the guy that got stopped for like a 3-yard loss, and they were like, what a run.
What a badass.
This guy. Badass.
Oh, we love this guy. He
didn't immediately die and shit his pants. That's a victory for us.
That's a big dub here at Cumberland. After the game, Everett Strooper finished with 6 touchdowns and 195 yards on 8 carries.
Added 8 carries. That's wild. Added 2 more touchdowns on punt returns. So he had 8 touchdowns total for the day.
And had another touchdown run I read where he ran it and then downed it on the one and was like, I'm gonna let my boys run this one in. I got enough touchdowns. I'm Everett Strooper, dog.
Everett Strooper,
I don't know if you've ever heard of me. My coach is horny for me. That's what a badass I am.
Coach is horny for me.
After the game, Heisman told the press his team had played, quote, a fairly good game.
Fucking Bill Belichick over here, just like, hey, there's always something to improve.
A lot of work to do. I didn't.
We could have scored on literally every play.
Yeah.
We scored on every other play.
Yeah.
We got room. We got room to improve.
Yeah. It's not always going to be fun glass eye pranks and and scores in the triple digits.
But that's the story of Georgia Tech beating Cumberland 222-0.
Yeah, it it brought attention to football in the South. I was
Yeah.
reading that was one of the things it did, because before then it was all like the powerhouses were like Ivy Leagues. It was like Harvard and Yale and shit. And then this happened, and people were like, "Good God, what's happening down
What's
there?
going on there in
the
Georgia?"
South?"
Yeah.
And then the next year, Georgia won the national championship, first ever consensus national championship from the South.
And then the next year, they all died in World War One.
Yep, every single one,
Every single
except
player.
for Everett Strooper.
That was the only one.
Everett Strooper outran the bombs. They made a movie about it. It's called Stroop Outruns the Bombs. That was his
It's a
nickname.
little wordy on the title front.
It's not
but,
the best
you know.
title. It didn't do well at the box office.
No.
But there's no way of telling whether that's because it was a bad movie or because it was the war. There's no way of telling.
Could have been the war.
TCM did call it a piece of shit. They said,
And Turner
Ben
Classic Movies
Mankiewicz.
will play anything.
Ben Mankiewicz, and I quote, said, "I wouldn't wipe my filthy ass with Stroop Outruns the Bombs." What was it called?
I think Stroop outruns the bomb. Yeah, there you go. That's it. You got anything? Any shows coming up?
Oh, those ones we can't talk about. Those are the ones I got coming up.
October.
I don't really have much else coming up.
17th.
I'm gonna be out of town this
24th.
weekend.
Where you going?
I'll be at Waco.
Nice. Doing shows or?
Go see the ladies' family
Ah, nice.
and go to a rodeo, I believe. It's gonna
clean
be a
fun.
good time.
Yeah. Is Baylor playing a home game?
Ooh, I don't know.
I've always wanted to
know,
go.
actually.
I want to do like every tailgating neat thing.
Oh yeah, that would be
Like
fun.
go to the big rivalry games, and then like Baylor, you can tailgate in a boat because there's water right there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Seems neat, you know.
Yeah, it's really pretty, that new stadium.
Yeah. But let's see. I got check out JimmyNelsonComedy.com. Got a bunch of shows coming up doing Don't Tells. And then I'll be with Scott on the 17th, the 24th. I'll be featuring in Fort Worth October 10th and 11th. I'll be back in San Diego October 28th at Mic Drop Comedy Club.
Hell yeah.
And then December 19th and 20th in Tyler, Texas. I'll be
Hell yeah.
headlining Rose City Comedy Club all weekends. I'll be 4 shows, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday.
Good
Very
times.
excited for it. I had I went to Nashville
Just
last
go to
week.
Juicy's, get a burger.
I've
Never
been
had
there before.
Juicy's.
It's very
Oh,
good.
Fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
I went to Nashville to do shows,
Hell yes.
and it went great. It was fun. I had the stayed in a one-nighter, stayed in a hotel room, didn't drink,
Nice.
and didn't watch pornography.
Wow. Are you His Holiness the Dalai Lama?
I was like driving to get on the shuttle to the airport the next morning. I was just like, I'm
I am-
Jocko Willink.
Yeah. I don't get the reference.
I'm a
but
Navy SEAL. The
Oh.
type of mental fortitude
yeah. For sure.
to not drink or jerk off, just sitting there.
That is impressive.
Yeah, it was.
What did you do with your time?
I watched one of the Star Trek movies. Just the first half of it, I fell asleep.
That's fun. All right.
The shows were good. The comedians were cool. It was a fun hang.
Hell yeah.
But I was at the end of it, like I hung out for a while, and I like wasn't drinking, and I was just like, this feels a very drinky place.
Yeah.
I saw Theo Vaughn walked over. We were in like the lab at Zany's, like
Hell
the
yeah.
smaller room, and then Theo was in the bigger room, running his special he's filming last weekend,
Yeah.
which supposedly went terribly.
Yeah, I heard about it. Let's go.
In the Zany's room, it went great. He was killing,
Oh yeah.
but we'll see.
No mentions of suicidal thoughts.
I think he did say it.
Oh, is that just part of the bit? Is
It
that
might be
just
part of the
his
bit
act, though?
because he said the same, very similar thing on that Wednesday, and so I think it's part of it.
Is this a new catchphrase?
Man, I'm trying not to kill myself.
Oh man, I'm trying not to kill myself. It's his
Bazinga!
get her done. It's just shirts and hats. Man, I'm trying not to kill myself right now.
And I had the great. I'd buy that shirt.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Theo?
Okay, brother. But I was the people putting the show on paid for my flight with Southwest,
Hell
and
yeah.
so I was
Baller
C
shit.
group, like 40.
Yeah.
I was the last person to board on my return flight. Both flights, I sat in the front row.
Dang.
One time, there was a very sickly Indian couple.
Okay.
I sat down because it was open, and I was like, fucking front row seats, hell yeah. And then this lady started hacking, and you're just like, oh no.
No, no.
And then the return flight, I sat next to a lady with a pit bull,
Cool.
and the pit bull occupied the middle seat.
Oh,
So
that's
it was
fun.
a
I would love
full
that.
flight. I got two armrests.
Yeah,
And I got
a dog.
and I got a dog to hang out with.
God, that's fucking awesome. That's
was
like the best plane
The
situation
best
I've ever heard
possible plane situation. Being the last person aboard,
of. Yeah,
I get to sit with
wow.
the good boy.
Yeah, that's
So,
very cool.
it just goes to show you if you just walk in the path of God and
Yeah,
you don't think about swinging,
yeah, that's
good
right.
things happen.
That's right. That is so true. That is so true. If you keep on the sunny side of life,
Yeah.
always on the sunny side.
You got anything going on?
I was thinking, I'm a big Twilight Zone fan. I've been getting
Aren't we
back
all?
into Twilight Zone, the original batch of Twilight Zones, and it got me thinking about how, whenever people love to compare stuff to Twilight Zone, they're like, "Oh, it was like Twilight Zone." But whenever they say that, almost every time, if you think about what they're saying, it would make the worst Twilight Zone of all the Twilight Zones. Like this guy said it in a true crime I was watching, a 2020, and a guy said that it was like Twilight Zone, and it was about a guy poisoning his wife with arsenic. I was like, that would not be a good.
That's not a good
that would
Twilight
be a
Zone
good
at all.
That wouldn't be a good Twilight Zone in any way. And then I thought of I of course am the most guilty of this. I thought of it the last time I thought, oh, this is like Twilight Zone, was because if I'm being honest, it was when I was in a Walmart and it didn't seem that crowded, but then every aisle I went down had a bunch of people in it. I was like, this is like Twilight Zone, and then really quick I was like, wait, no, it's not.
Every
this is
aisle
not very
just
much.
has progressively more and more people.
Imagine,
You go to the last aisle and they're all just staring at you.
yes.
I can see it. I'm
It
on
could
board.
be creepy if they were creepy looking enough, but it would be funny to see Rod Serling, the Twilight Zone
Yeah.
host, being like, submitted for your approval. Walmart that doesn't seem very crowded, but then when you go down the aisles, it is crowded. That would be bad. I think he would be like, oh,
Bum bum.
can we throw like a fucking like Satan in the form of like an old school teacher in here or something?
Yeah.
I'm feeling like
We
this
gotta
is pretty
spice this
dry.
one up. Yeah. We gotta
And
add
that's what
something
they'd
to
say.
it.
But yeah, shout out. Did you watch that? Shout out Rod Serling, been dead for like at least 40 years.
Yeah, shout out Rod.
Did you see that Cowboys Packers game?
Yes.
It was kind of entertaining. It's like hard for me. I don't know whether to root for the Cowboy. Like I can't root
Cowboys-
against the players I've found.
They don't have the dignity to suck.
Yes.
This entire season, everyone was like, finally, it's our year. We just need one more piece. I feel like that was out the window.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, they're going to have a bad year. And then they get rid of Micah, and everyone's like, all right, well,
Yeah.
everyone ease up on the expectations. And then they come out and look great.
Yeah.
And then they fuck up. But it was kind of one of those things, especially like the Giants game, where are we both looking like good teams because
Yes.
the Cowboys and Giants both suck?
Yeah.
But yeah, they
I
play
think
the fucking
so.
Packers and they tie, and you're like, you pieces of shit.
Yeah. I wanted Micah to have like 8 sacks, and
I
I
kinda
wanted
did
Jerry
too.
I wanted to get a sad Jerry quote, because not even like to be mean to Jerry. He says really funny things when he's sad, like that he's lower than a crippled cricket's ass. I think I've mentioned that on the pod
Lower
before.
than a crippled cricket's ass.
But Jerry is, he's sad like no one else is sad. And we got to bring that back. But I'm sure it'll happen. It's not.
What if my grandma
I can't imagine the
said
Cowboys
she
will
wanted
have a
one
good
more
year.
Christmas, and she died on Christmas evening, not Eve, the evening of Christmas.
So she was for real, like,
She for real made it to one more Christmas,
hell yeah.
and I wonder if that's what Jerry's doing.
Yeah.
Where he's going to be 117 years old, spend 18 of his waking hours in a cryo chamber, and just the second the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl again, he's going to die in the first quarter.
Yes. That's exactly what's going to happen.
It's going to be beautiful.
It is going to be beautiful. Yeah.
I've said it before.
Jerry.
Bill Burr came in town, and he opened the show with talking shit about the Cowboys, and he was like, you know, hey, I know I'm in the American Airlines Center. I know we don't have that much security, so I'm going to be careful here. I'm not going to name names, but y'all know the problem with the Cowboys, and he's probably going to die soon.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. You know, I was watching a stream of a game that was like a baseball game, a playoff game, and it was from Boston, and they tried to pull that shit where they had like a really old guy on the news that's like a lifelong fan, but of the Red Sox. I was like, so this old fucker's like, I just want to live long enough to see their 8th championship.
Yeah,
you know,
the one 7 years ago wasn't enough for me.
Fuck off.
That great run a decade ago doesn't count.
You've had plenty of championships.
Yeah. We'll get a Cubs fan in here.
Yeah, and even they have one now.
Yeah.
No old people can.
Sorry, we'll have a Brewers fan,
or like like a Canadian hockey fan of one of the Canadian NHL teams.
Never won.
Oh, the Brewers. Yeah, shout out Brewers. Well, the Brewers have won. The Rockies have gone but haven't won. I'll remember all of them. Give me a minute.
Let them get rolling. All right. You should see when we stop recording how fun. These guys just firing on all cylinders.
Who else has been to the World Series? Let's see.
You got any closing thoughts for today, Scott?
No, I don't. Thanks for joining us. Drop us a line.
Like and subscribe. Say something. See any things you want to see covered. We'll cover them.
Damn straight.
Just drop us a line. Yeah. Until next time.
Yeah. We
Hail
love
Satan.
you all.
Jimmy and Scott digging through the past. Crazy tales they uncover fast. History's stranger than you think. They'll also talk about wieners in a blink. They'll talk about wieners in a blink. Oddball history.